Alright, so let's get started. Fine, so what we discussed in the last lecture?
Copy and new command.
Copy command, right? So what is the copy command? How we work on it? What is that copy command? What is how we can copy a file? What we discuss? How to copy a file?
Command cp,
By using command
file name and destination.
cp command.
cp, cp command, file name, and where we want to copy that file, destination.
Fine. So in the last lecture we discussed about how you can copy a file. So if I want to copy a file, for that the command is cp command, right? So cp command is mainly useful when you want to copy a file. We also discuss about how you can copy a directory. So for that you can use the command like cp-r. Then we discuss in the last lecture like how you can move a file. What is the command to move a file, right? So for that we have used the command like mv, right? I'm sorry. Move a file is basically when you want to do the cut and paste, or I would say when you want to rename a file or rename a folder, that time we use this command, correct? Now let me do one thing. Let me start the machine. The machine is already started, and let me log in here, and we'll try to understand about we discuss about the file opening command, right? Cat command, more, head, tail, right? Is this done?
Yes, sir.
Right, that is also done. Fine. So let's try to understand about one more important concept. We called it as a users and groups. What is this? So what is this user? First of all, let us try to understand about user. So what do you think, guys? What is user? What is user? Why we use user? What is the purpose of user? What is user? See, I have this Ubuntu operating system is there, right? So we just install this Ubuntu operating system. Now when I install this Ubuntu operating system, under this Ubuntu operating system, we have created a user with the name Learnomate, right? So we created one user with the name Learnomate, and by using this Learnomate user only, I am able to log into this Ubuntu operating system, correct? So we have a user with the name Learnomate, and by using this Learnomate user only, I am able to log in. So when I want to log in to this Ubuntu operating system, so I'm using my user ID and password. So user is basically who can enter into the system, Just take an example of your net banking. In net banking also, if I want to log in to my net banking, if I want to know how much my balance is there, you enter your user ID and password, right? You enter your user ID and password, correct now? Even when you are entering to the office premises, every user you will get user ID, correct now? So by using that user ID only, you can enter to the office premises. So this is for access purpose, correct? By default, one user will get created under your Linux operating system, that is a root user, and he is the most powerful user. That is the reason we called it as a super user. Why we call it as a super user? Because he is the most important person, because he's the most important person. We called it as a super user, correct na? Now what happened here? So we have a Learnomate user, and Learnomate user do not have much privileges. He just like a normal user. Okay. Let's take an example. Like going forward, I'm going to create my DBA team, right? I want to create my DBA team, and under this DBA team, I want to add some users. So I'll create a user like user 1, user 2, user 3, user 4. I'll create a user like this. So I want to create a user, right? I want to create a user. So let's say you people are the part of my team. So for every user, I'll give some, for every user, what will be there? For every user, there will be user ID and password will be there, right? The user ID and password will be there. So this user will have a user ID and password. This user will have a user ID and password. And by using this user ID and password only, they will be able to connect to the database. They will be able to connect to the operating system. So there are two types of users. You can create a user on operating system level also, like we have Ubuntu. On Ubuntu we created this Learnomate user, right? And you can create a user in database level also, like we have a user called sys user. I'm going to discuss about database in future, but at this point, in order to connect to the operating system, we need to create a user, and to this user you need to provide some privileges so that what he can do, whether he can create a file, whether he can edit a file, whether he can go inside that location, we need to provide the permissions. So no one can go and do everything, right? Let's take an example of bank. When I have a user called manager may be able to check the account balance access, but the users, like maybe some users, they will not be able to do that, right? Because he is a manager, he is having much privileges. Now what I want to do, I want to do like, I have this Ubuntu operating system. Under this Ubuntu operating system, we created two users. One user is Learnomate user. Through that, we normally try to log in. And there is super user is there. We called it as a root user. I want to create one more user here with the name U1. And who can create this user? If I want to create a user, creation of user will be done by root user only, because he is a super user. A normal user cannot create another user. That is not possible. Only the root user has the privileges to create a user. So what is the command to create a user? Let me do one thing. Let me open a terminal here. So I'll use the command like add user u1. When I'm running this command, add user u1, I'm getting a message like only a root user can create a new user, because currently I logged in with which user? Learnomate user. So Learnomate cannot create a new user. How to log into the sudo su hyphen? By running this command, I got logged in with root user. So I got logged in here with root user. Then I'll run the command like add user u1, press enter. You need to enter the password of u1 user. So I'll enter the password of u1 is u1, again u1, then press enter. Is this information correct? I'll say yes, y, and done. Now the u1 user got created. But how will I verify that whether the u1 user got created or not? I just want to verify, right? Okay. See, user is a logical entity. You cannot see that. What is meant by logical entity? Like just if I do ls-lrt, okay, I can see the list of files which are available under this location, because this is a physical files. I cannot show you user, but yes, when you create a user, that user details will be mentioned into a file called /etc/password file. Whenever you want to know whether the user got created or not, that user related details will be mentioned into this file. So if you go here, I can see there is a user called u1, and this is a home directory of u1, and this is a bash profile. So when I see that u1 user got created, Learnomate user got created, likewise some other user also got created automatically. Among them Among them, there is a user called root is also there, right? Root. Okay. So some of the users will be getting created automatically for the administration of Ubuntu operating system, and we have created this U1 user. So what I mean to say, whenever you want to create a user, whenever you want to create a user, the syntax is add user U1. But these operations you need to perform by using root user. How to log into the root user? Sudo su hyphen. This way you will be able to enter to the and log into the root user. Once you create a user, you want to verify whether I have U1 user created or not. You can open a file by using cat command /etc/password file. Under this file you can see that okay, there is a user called U1 and it got created. Did you understand, everyone? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's do that.
Sir, when I enter this sudo su underscore, you're showing password. What is the password?
The Learnomate password should be Oracle, right? You might
Yes,
have.
I enter Oracle, but it's not accepted.
It
Here
should.
showing does not exist or the user entry does
It's.
not contain.
Did you type like this sudo su hyphen?
Yes.
And do you remember that what password you set at the time of user creation of this Learnomate?
Yes, yes.
Then you are making some mistake. Let's check it once. It is the same password that we have set at the time of when we were doing the Ubuntu installation.
Done, sir.
Sir, can you please open that notes what is the ID?
This one.
Yeah.
Is it done, everyone? Let's do one thing. Let's do one thing. Um, let's do one thing. Create user u2, then verify the user. How to verify? Cat /etc/password. Then what is the third one? What is the third one? Then login with the user u2. How to login? Switch user u2. By using the switch user command, you can switch your user with the u2. Switch means you can log in with u2 user. Let's say you got logged in with Learnomate, okay, currently, and you want to log in with u2 user. So you can say switch user u2. You'll find that you'll get login with u2 user. You just need to enter the password of u2 user. You got my point?
Done.
Try this and let me know once it is done, guys. Okay.
Done, sir.
Hello.
Yes, yes. Tell me.
Sir, if we open two terminal and one terminal is in super user and another terminal is in normal user, can possible?
Yeah, possible now. See, if you want to open two user, you can do like that. See, the desktop which I'm using right now, it is a Learnomate user. Okay, so this is a Learnomate desktop. So when I'm opening a new terminal now, even if I'm opening multiple terminal, I'll directly get logged in with Learnomate user only. But if I want to log in with u1 user, I'll say switch user u1 password, and I got logged in with u1 user now. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So you can open a multiple terminal also. You can. There's no problem. You can do like this. So you need to create a user with the name u2. Provide the password as u2 only. Don't give any strong password. u1 password is u1, u2 password as u2 only, like that. Okay. Verify the user, whether the user got created or not. You can check that and let me know once it is done.
Done, sir. Done, sir.
सर इफ यूजर वन में लॉगिन रही तो यूजर वन का जो मेन रूट यूजर जो रहता है वहां पे है, तो वहां से निकलने के लिए क्या करना है, स्विच करने के लिए क्या करना है?
Exit,
लर्नोमेट।
exit, exit. If you think that I got logged in with, okay, let me show you this. Is it done, everyone? Did you try this? See, just take example here. Clear. See, first of all, I need to ensure that I got logged in with root user. Okay. So if I want to create a user, so simple command is add user u2. What is the password of u2? u2. So I have set the password of u2 as u2 only. Say yes. So we have created two users now, u1 and u2. I just want to verify. So I'll say cat/etc/password. When I'm opening this file, I can see there is a user called u2 is there. Okay. Earlier u1 was there. Now I can see u2 and Learnomate user is also there. So it means the user is available. Now I want to log in with u2 user. So I'll say switch user u2. And see here, I got logged in with which user? u2 user. So if I do cd and if I check, every user will have their own home directory. I told you, right? If I create a u1 user, the home directory will be /home/u1, u2 user /home/u2. If I do /desktop, no, there is no folder called desktop. Okay, so you can create a desktop also. If you want, you can do that. Now the question is like, if I want to do exit, if I want to exit from here, so I can simply use the command like exit and I'll come back to a root user. Okay, here if you go and if you say logout, okay, let's say you are doing logout, okay, or you say switch user. If you say switch user, press enter. Wow, little slow. Can you see your users? Learnomate u1 and u2. If I say that I want to log in with u1 user, press enter, and I have entered the u1 password as u1 only. I'll be able to log in with u1 user. I'll be able to log in with u1 user. You got my point, everyone? You got my point? Is it clear or not?
Yes, sir.
Now I can see the desktop of u1 user. I can see the desktop, but is it a desktop of Learnomate user? Do you think? Is it a desktop of Learnomate user? Is it a desktop of root user? No. This is a desktop of which user? u1 user. That is the reason I'm not able to see any files or any directories which we created on Learnomate desktop. So it's completely blank. Only home directory is there. Completely blank. Understanding now?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So if I go
Sir,
here,
one question, sir.
yes, tell me.
Sir, how many numbers of users we can
You can create n number.
There is
There is no
limit.
problem. N number. Okay.
Okay.
There is
Thank
no
you, sir.
problem. You can create n number of users.
Sir, one question.
Yes, tell me.
Does root user has password?
Root user, by default, root user will not have any password, but you can set it. You can log in with root user and you can set it. See, I'll talk about that one also. Let's take an example. I have created a root user. Okay, a root user has the ability to set his own password also, or he can reset the password of other user also. The simple command is password, and if you say root, so it is going to set or reset the password of root user. If you say that okay, I want to set or reset the password of u1 user, so password u1, but this is only possible with the help of which user? A root user. Clear na? So do not forget the password of root user, then it is very difficult to recover it. There is a chances, but it's quite lengthy process. Understanding? Let's say I want to change the password of u1 user, so I'll press password, enter new password, enter new password. So I change the password. So command is password u1. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
See here, you do one thing. By default, the desktop folder will not get created. But if you log in there, na, if you switch the user, if you go here, do log out, okay, and log in with that u1 user, automatically this desktop folder got created. See, earlier it was not there. It will get created as soon as you log in there. Okay. So you do one thing. Log in with u1 user and create a file like /home/u1, then desktop, here abc.txt file, and add some 2 lines, okay, under that file. Save the file and open the file. Save the file and open the file. Clear na? Is it clear? You need to log in with u1 user. Okay, make sure you are logging with u1 user. Under the u1 desktop, you need to create a file with the name abc.txt. Enter some 2 lines. Save the file and open the file. That's it. Okay, the same file you need to open it. That's it. Clear? You'll be able to do. Try this now.
Yes, sir.
Try this.
Done, sir.
Done, sir.
So how to do this? Quite simple, right? See, first of all, I said that you need to log in with which user? U1 user. So I'm already there. I'm already inside the desktop also. See, and I'll just create a file like abc.txt. That's it. I'll add that something first, second, save it. Quite simple, na? I'll open that. Done. Clear, everyone?
Yes.
Hello, sir.
Now assume a situation that I want to delete this user, U1 user and U2 user which we created. I want to delete that. So how to delete that? The simple command is user del U1 or user del U2. But I'm getting some message when I'm doing user del U1 and user del U2. I'm getting some message. What is the problem? What is the problem? What is the problem?
The user of learning.
Think because you are not in root user.
First of all, I do not have a permissions to delete any user because currently I logged in with U1 user. That is the first thing.
U1 user, yes.
Second thing is, if user is already connected, na, he cannot be dropped. If he is connected, na. See, I have logged in here with U1 user now. Now if I say switch user root, I want to log in with root user. Root password is root. And if I say user del U1, I'm getting the error message that U1 is currently used, means U1 is currently connected by the process this one. So whenever you want to kill any process, na, by any chance, you can run the command like kill -9 and that 2927. This is the process ID. And then if I do user del U1, again the second time it is connected. So I'll say maybe I got connected with 2 times. See here. Done. I'm gone. Because this desktop was U1 user. Gone. You got my point, everyone? How to do that? User del. Okay.
No, sir. Please repeat once.
Okay. Can you try it once? Can you try?
Please, sir, what is the password for the user one?
You only said that. When we call add user, that time we set the password of U1. I set the password of U1 as U1 only. So that is the reason I'm always saying that do not use any strong password. Keep it simple. So what is the command to delete a user? What is the command to delete a user? User del and username. And if you find out any process is currently using that, so you can kill -9 and then process ID. Process ID like that. Clear, everyone? Is it clear or not? And if you want to cross check,
Yes, sir.
you can cross
No,
check.
sir. Please repeat this process.
See, if I want to delete a user, I'll say user del U1. Acha, this is already connected, so I'll just say kill -9 4998. Done. So if I say,
Sir, why we use the -9?
because I want to kill that process immediately.
Okay.
Still I can see Learnomate 1 meta.
Sir, I have doubt from previous question. Can I create a file through vi abc.txt?
Can I create a file
from this command vi abc.txt, or this command is only used for viewing any file, to view any file?
Which file you are talking about? Okay, tell me the command. I'll try to do that. What I need to do now?
Sir, previous question was we have to create E1 user, and then we have to create that user inside home E1 desktop abc.txt and add 2 lines. Save the file, open the file.
This one, na?
So, yes, sir. Yes.
So you need to log in with U1 user first of all. Okay, tell me.
Sir. Yes, sir.
Which user I have currently logged in? Who is my currently user who got logged in now?
Learnomate.
Now I'll log in with which user? U1. U1 password is U1. Now who is my current user?
U1.
But currently I am inside the Learnomate desktop. Can you see that?
Desktop. Yes, sir. Yes.
But I don't want to create a file under Learnomate desktop. I want to create a file under which desktop?
E1 desktop.
So I'll go to the /home /u1 and then /desktop. Here I'll create that file abc.txt. Clear na?
Okay. So sir, why we use touch command?
Which command?
Touch command.
Touch command.
Yes, sir.
Touch command just to create an empty file. When you want to create empty file, na, empty means no content.
Okay.
You got my point? Let's say if I say touch oracle.txt ls-lrt, so file got created. But if I try to open that file, na, do I have anything here?
No, sir.
No. vi editor also you can use to create an empty file, no problem. If you don't add, if you simply say vi.txt, if you say like that, and if you don't add anything,
got my point, sir.
So it is same thing only.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Sir, while creating file in U1 user, it is showing that let RW directory listing. I am not able to insert any data.
What is the problem you are facing?
It is showing me that it is showing some few lines like net RW directory listing, then path is there sorted by name like that. I'm not able to insert any data. I'm not able to
So
say
if you are getting the error message like file does not exist or directory does not exist, it means you are not going to the correct path. Your path is wrong. Okay. So the best way to go to the path, like just do ls-lrt, do ls-lrt, do cd, ls-lrt, do cd. That's the right way. Okay. You might be doing, you might be entering some wrong path. Okay, that is the problem.
Sir, please show that delete user mode.
What you said?
Delete user modes, what we are going to do.
You need to delete a user like this, okay? Those people who are facing the challenges now, after the class we'll see it, okay? Don't worry. We'll discuss about that. Is it done, everyone? This part?
No,
Yes, sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's do one thing. Let's connect tomorrow, and in tomorrow's lecture we'll discuss about how to create a users, okay? And after that we will try to understand about the permissions, like how you can give the permissions on user level and group level. That will be the next part, okay? So let's connect tomorrow and we'll discuss about the groups in tomorrow's lecture, okay? Chalo, thanks, bye bye.
Thank you, sir.
PDF na, I'll share this PDF with you, okay? Fine, I'll share with you.